You may be wondering why I'm recording this so stupidly early in the morning. Well, my next video may answer that question. But for now, to hold all four of you over, there was some leftover footage from last video, and it was just me wanting to give Roxie a taste of how Dhar Mann is usually like outside of the copaganda of it all. And so we also watched one of his more typical videos and gave our thoughts on it. And so I figured that I'd also release that. So without further ado, enjoy. Disabled man denied handicap spot. What happens next is shocking.
I'm shocked already.
4 weeks paid vacation. All you can need.
Hey, boss.
Oh, hey, Jared. I was just speaking to Evan about the new senior manager position opening up. I'll be making my decision later on today, so hey, you bring your A game here.
I won't let you down, boss. Owen, nice suit. Fits you real nicely. I'll walk in with you. Let me park real quick.
Really? That's a handicap spot. You can't park there.
Who cares about handicapped people?
So right off the bat, this encapsulates the Dhar Mann view of the universe.
Yeah.
Everybody is it's just black and white. Everybody is just straight up like evil and just like flagrantly so, with no subtlety whatsoever. They just walk around being like, fuck the disabled.
Jumped so quickly into this dilemma of ethics.
Yes, this is very philosophical. This is an ethics philosophy, an ethical philosophy sort of allegory, if you will.
I do want to ask that, like, would this guy be this way if his boss was handicapped and wearing a nice suit?
Oh, well, that's a very good question,
Yes,
Roxie.
I know. Yes, thanks.
Wow, you've already figured these videos out.
I already know what's going to happen next for the next 30 minutes, 8 minutes, 29 seconds. Yeah,
Who knows?
see what happens next.
Besides, I'll be the new senior manager soon, so I can park wherever I want.
Excuse me, young man. Can I park there? I have a handicap permit.
Absolutely not. I've already parked. Go find another spot.
Well, I'm using a wheelchair. You know, it would help me out a great deal if you could just...
Did you not hear me? I said...
Look, don't worry about it, sir. You can have my spot. I'm parked right there, so.
Look, this is why you'll never be the next senior manager.
That's true.
Love that logic.
That's true. If he doesn't step all over people, he
Yeah.
will not be the next
If he
senior
doesn't
manager.
kick a person in a wheelchair off a cliff, then he'll never be the next senior manager. Like, what makes their company, what does he think makes their company value being mean to the disabled so much that they would never promote anyone who was nice to them?
Well, Sean, it's a meritocracy.
That's true.
So, even though that this man with the wheelchair was very nice and gave him
so exceedingly nice.
Exceedingly nice. Like, if I were that guy, I would yell immediately.
Oh yeah, I would immediately tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
And honestly, this nice gentleman who offered the handicap man his spot is also being super nice, considering he's like just mildly disappointed. He's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you just saw someone littering as opposed to like being horrible to a person who is disabled. I would immediately just scream at that person.
You waste your time helping people? That can do nothing for you.
It's like what our company motto says. You should always have compassion for strangers.
Oh, please. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'll see you inside.
The idea of like, if you help an old lady across the street, that's wasting time. It is sort of the rise and grind like philosophy. Like, you have to spend every single second of every single day fucking grinding, dude.
How do you know that old lady woke up at 4 a.m.? Like, she could have woken up at like 9.
Yeah.
And she didn't do push-ups and she didn't.
No, exactly.
Make
She doesn't
money.
deserve. She deserves not to be able to walk across that street. Okay.
Oh, man, someone's gonna cut that out there. And just over and over, like play it over and over again.
And then just like each time, like my face gets inverted color, and I pitch down.
She deserves not to be flopped across that street, okay?
I'm gonna share that a lot too. So.
Whoa! Where you turn, man?
Would you mind using a regular stall instead? I really need to use the bathroom.
Can't you see I got here first? Or are you handicapped and blind too?
Well, can you see the stall clearly says handicap on it? And it's the only way for me to get my wheelchair in the stall, man.
Well, that's not my problem now, is it? If you want this stall, you can wait till I'm done with it.
Wow.
Okay, so again, yeah, just things that anybody would immediately be punched for.
Yeah.
At least he's raising his voice this time.
Right.
Also,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, this guy is the father of the asshole's boss. So,
Wait, the father.
yeah,
Oh,
this,
that's-
the handicapped dude is
oh.
the father of this asshole's boss.
Oh man, this is gonna be a twist.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think you would mention that. I think you would probably mention that at some point. But maybe he's
Probably.
like, oh, this is gonna the comeuppance is gonna be so sweet.
Oh,
so
yeah,
he's
for
just
sure.
like,
Just waiting.
yeah, exactly. Maybe that's why he comes here.
Probably.
These videos are so emotionally manipulative because even though this is a terrible video with terrible writing and acting, I do feel genuinely bad for this fictional handicapped person. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck, man? That's so
Yeah,
sad.
It is really sad.
It's so sad.
Hey, we do have a nearby bathroom with a bigger stall that I can take you to.
Really? Thank you so much. But why are you being real nice to me?
I just believe in helping people. It's our company motto, so.
You know, when I help someone, there's always a poster behind me that shows.
Hey, just like we say here. I also just love that this is such a horrible world. Like, Dhar Mann has...
Yeah.
The Dhar Mann cinematic universe, as it's sometimes called, is such a bleak world that people are like, why are you being nice to me after I've just been absolutely bullied by this man for being in a wheelchair?
Yeah, no one's ever nice to me,
No
which is...
one.
That's just not real.
So you're a senior manager here?
No. I wish. That'd be my dream, but Jared, my coworker you met, yeah, he's probably going to end up getting that position, so.
Yeah, he's such a likable guy.
yeah, for
The
sure.
right thing. Well, you just keep doing the right thing. Because in the end, a good heart always wins.
There's so many...
Yeah, go ahead.
There's so many problems here. Like, first of all, this man, completely independent person who has a disability, is now being pushed by some random stranger he met, and apparently is now his nurse. So, and he's like totally fine with it.
Yes.
Like, usually people like, I mean, I've heard at least that people don't like
Yeah.
like strangers touching their wheelchair or
Yeah.
device and stuff unless
That's
they
a
say
good
to
point.
do
I
it.
never thought about that.
So he looks like an angel. Like.
I just love it if they were like clever enough to have just like he goes under this light and there's just like a little halo that appears for a
like
second.
grows wings somehow, like, and then he flies away and just leaves that
yes, of
man
course.
to fend for himself. Yeah.
How will I ever make it to the meeting now?
The guy's like, I just met an angel. No one's gonna believe me
I
now.
really wanted that angel to be my new senior manager. I have to promote the devil.
Where's my son?
I heard the promotion comes with the new office. Maybe you can visit me sometime.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Just grabbing some more.
Who even are you? And what are you doing here again?
Oh, I came to visit. Oh, no. Can you grab that for me, please? I need to take my medicine.
Seriously? You people think you're so entitled to everything, don't you? Come on, Evan, let's go. It's time to meet with the boss. Here.
Thank you so much.
Are you serious right now?
This handicapped person shows up in a tie, and you immediately treat him like shit. Like, wouldn't you assume that he
Yeah.
works for the company?
No, This guy's a dumb.
He's extremely dumb.
He's a middle school bully.
Yeah, it's
man form.
yeah, just like God, middle school bullies are nicer than this man. But yeah, you just like immediately, you don't even let him finish. You just like, oh yeah, you're clearly just hanging out here for no reason.
Oh yeah. I also would argue that this other man who's like, I don't know, the protagonist or whatever,
Yeah,
like
the good guy
is not that good.
Yeah.
Because he's just like letting this guy kind of treat him like shit, and he's just like, what can I do except for pick up pills and give it to him? Yeah, he should chew him out or whatever, and he doesn't.
No, he's an enabler of this nonsense.
Now, everyone, the moment of truth. It's time to announce the person who's going to be promoted.
Mr. Griffin, has anyone ever told you how great your skin looks?
It's the
That's
creepiest
so
thing
creepy.
you could ever say to anyone.
Yeah.
Especially your boss. Just going to work tomorrow like, hey, everyone ever told you how great your skin looks?
Yeah.
I want to wear it.
Can I just have your skin for a sec? It's wonderful. It's luminous, perhaps.
This guy is so bad at being a suck up.
He's the worst.
Thanks, Jared. You're always been so good with your words. And now the new senior manager is...
Hey, I'm about to be made the new senior manager.
Dumbest man ever.
No, it's okay. You can stay, Dad.
Dad? Wait, he's your dad?
Yeah. And he's the best dad. He's the reason I started the whole company. You see, my dad hasn't been able to walk most of his life. For as long as I can remember, he's always been in a wheelchair. But that's never stopped him from being a great father. Growing up, it hurt me to see how people would treat my dad. They look down on him and treat him like he was somehow beneath them.
This is kind of a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but like, this is a very old man in this wheelchair. At least he's pretty old. He's probably in his 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
And then these flashbacks look like they just take place in modern day.
Yeah, they do.
Like, the cars are all the same. Everyone's haircuts and hair.
Yeah.
Like, the style is the exact. They didn't even try.
Yeah.
He's just existed in a just continuous present his entire life.
Well, that's how I exist. So,
Right, yes, exactly. Yeah.
And you do too.
Of course, we've always been in the year of 2024.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a wee babe,
Yeah, I know, right?
always been on
Yep.
TikTok.
Always been on TikTok.
But the part that would hurt most was just how inconsiderate people could be. Laughing and staring at my dad as if he had no feelings. That's why I vowed to one day start my own company and use it to help disabled people everywhere.
Wow.
So again, this man works for a company whose stated mission is to help the disabled, and he's such a dick to a random disabled person in his office.
Somehow he's been with this company for a long time, it seems, because he is expecting to be senior manager.
Yeah.
But he has no idea what the company
like,
is about or does. So
the other people at this company must suck ass if this guy is like, they must all be like mass murderers if this guy is up for a promotion.
Yeah, and also, what is the company that he's like... Is it just that, like...
Is it a charity? I don't know.
Is it a charity? Do they, like, specifically help people in wheelchairs pick up pills off of the ground? Because that is a constant problem,
little grabber,
apparently.
little reacher.
Yep, it's called Little Reacher.
Introducing the little reacher.
Nobody's ever invented that before.
No,
so.
but it's a new invention.
So you see, my dad is the reason I started this company. He's even the reason for our company motto, always be compassionate to strangers.
Wow, Mr. Griffin, that was so touching. And Brian, by the way...
Oh, save it, Jack. My dad's already told me how you treated him.
He did?
Yeah. And he's also told me how nice that Evan has been to him. So that's why I choose Evan to be our new senior manager of this company. Thank you for demonstrating our company values.
You know, this teaches us that being good pays off.
That's right. Immediately. Nobody has ever done anything good and not been rewarded for it 2 minutes later. And also, that's the only reason you should be good.
Yeah, the only reason. Yeah. And it's also, it's often the opposite too.
Yeah.
When you are like a decent person, it's not always revered.
Sometimes you get fired from your job.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
For being a decent person.
Yeah, so...
but in Dhar Manniverse, everybody is awful all the time, even though there's no perceivable benefit to it, and the people who are kind of good immediately get promoted.
I can't wait to work my way up to the Dhar Mann universe.
I can't wait to graduate from this universe to the next. Yes. It's hard to tell whether the Dhar Mann cinematic universe is heaven or hell. Or I would say it's probably more accurately purgatory.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this is definitely purgatory.
Yeah, purgatory for sure-gatory. Alright, that's the end of my YouTube channel. I am signing off forever.
Immediately demonetized.
I'm sure this company will be in good hands under your leadership.
Wow, thank you so much. You don't know.
You can't be serious. No one deserves that promotion more than me. Look, if you don't give me the senior manager position, then I'm quitting.
Well, that won't be necessary. Because you're fired! Now pack your things and go. Evan, when you're ready, I'll show you to your new office.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, don't be upset.
So again, this guy is comforting this man. He's not that good.
Also, I love that this guy had, like, the boss had a chance to, like, let this guy just quit himself, and now instead he fired him, which makes him have to pay
severance.
Something. Or so that was a smart move.
Very smart, savvy business decision.
Yeah.
Again, not clear what the company does.
No idea what the company does.
You know, if they're so focused on compassion, they can't be that profitable. Capitalism is bad.
Yeah, capitalism is bad.
Maybe you can come visit me in my new office sometime.
He's kind of throwing shade. We spoke too soon.
We did.
Whatever, man.
Thank you again. I really appreciate it. And thank you, sir, for putting in a good word.
It's like I said, you keep doing the right thing, and in the end, a good heart always wins.
It doesn't always win.
It totally doesn't. Some people die before. A good heart, like, so some people die like for a cause, and they never benefit from it in life.
Yeah, there's not always this moral desert.
Yeah,
that you can have.
It's a wild viewpoint. But this is the thing about Dhar Mann, like, he's, you know, first of all, he's a total fraud, and I mentioned in the video that he was convicted of defrauding the city of Oakland, California in 2014. He basically kind of embezzled a lot of money that was given to his real estate company for, like, beatification projects. So he's not on the up and up, and he has an incredibly inflated sense of self-importance. At the end of a lot of these videos, he'll say,
"We're not just telling stories, we're changing lives."
Yeah.
Which he is just making What is wrong with him?
It makes sense that he's a fraud because he clearly only has a sense of cognitive empathy and not actual empathy or understanding for any of this.
See, this is why Roxie's here. She has the psychology, sociology background. What does that mean, cognitive empathy?
So basically, I'm not an expert on cognitive empathy or anything, but it's kind of like this is something that a narcissist could have. Like, they could understand why someone feels a certain way, but they cannot actually feel that way.
Yeah.
They're only using it for their own benefit.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Another thing that narcissists do is paint themselves to be the victim, right? I mentioned earlier in the video that about a year ago, a bunch of the Dhar Mann actors, they get paid hourly. And if you know anything about the industry, that's very unusual. Most actors get paid a day rate. So if it just takes 3 hours to film a video, you could be making like $50 or something, which is crazy. And so a lot of these actors like staged like a protest outside Dhar Mann Studios, and Dhar Mann just like put out the most self-pitying, just like feel bad for me statement. They spread lies about me and my family to hurt my family. And again, which is totally not true. There was never any threat to him or his family. Right. They did criticize him for being an asshole who exploits his workers, but they did not like threaten him and his family. It's just classic cry bullying. But yeah, just like painting yourself out to be the victim. It's just such a classic narcissist's sort of tactic, and it's very telling.
This is, oh man, painful. I don't know how this is real.
It's crazy that you thought that it was like tongue in cheek.
Yeah, no, it seems like a parody of these like kinds of videos.
Yeah, but alas, it is not. I appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, then go ahead and like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications. I have a more ambitious video coming out, hopefully 2 weeks from this video's post date. But even if it's not, I'll have something out in 2 weeks. So yeah. Look forward to that video, whatever it might be. All right. See you later.